Montgomery to begin the drive. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. First carry now for Isaiah Spiller. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Well, this defense for the Bucs, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Chris Wormley in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Throwing Jones. Open man. It's the tight end Kelsey. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. Now Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Buccaneers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Travis Kelce, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Buccaneers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space. Drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And now Now here's a deep shot that's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 20-yard line. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he gets this up just shy of the 15. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they're going to get this beyond the 30 before he's taken down. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw on 3rd down. Jones. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Bo Melton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 14-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Lots of incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Running out of the gun with ETN. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. back to throw. Jones. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown to this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade American. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. On the counter, Etienne. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Etienne once more. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Bucs are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. For this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On play action, now Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, it's Carr. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And he's going to be hemmed in and blocked down right at the line of scrimmage. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
From midfield, here's Carr. He'll let this go for the end zone. Touchdown, Packers! Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Jones. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Off play action. Jones. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Completions. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Well, Charles, you know, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Carr now on 1st down. They'll find Ayuk open right side. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Play action. Now it's Carr. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Kendrick Bourne in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some pick.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marquise Bell.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
And they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's Jones. A final shot before break. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his third interception. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you?
This is caught at the 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
So when's the best time to take the big shots downfield? When you think a defense least expects it, and I think the first play of the third quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the second half of a game.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, his third touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. Carr will look to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. And McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Back to throw. Jones. He'll drop this one off with ETN. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Standing right on his own 5-yard line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Carr now to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And he is going to lose yardage here. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13, Carr. This one to Bourne out on the left side. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Got a man, that's Aiyuk. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. To throw is Carr. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Making 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Packers are able to 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40, 20, and he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And that big 4th quarter return, Charles, makes this a 1-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. Right? They send a big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because remember, They had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth-quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Carr. This one swung out to Montgomery. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers. From the gun, it's Carr. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Montgomery on the counter. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire.
What now? You're mine.
Here's Carr. Being chased out left. That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Carr. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Throwing his Carr. Buying time to his left. Pass complete once again to Bourne. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. They'll run with Montgomery. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Wow, wow. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Packers 41, Buccaneers 38.
And McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. The 40. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, there might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very... And now here's another interception. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like the game believed their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. York able to send this one through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard in the last timeout on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception. But that's caught at the 25. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.